viewers, welcome to a full episode of information and entertainment revolving around the 8 amazingly beautiful states of the Northeast and events happening in Delhi focusing on the Northeast and the people. First comes our current issues section. Watch on. Virtual festival Destination Northeast draws in huge viewership. Schools reopen with strict adherence to Corona protocol. 20 new sports disciplines made eligible for central government jobs under sports quota. Over 1 lakh posts lying vacant in armed forces. Destination Northeast, the most awaited annual cultural festival of the Northeast, stretched from the 27th to the 30th of September this year, albeit virtually, owing to the current pandemic situation. Inaugurated by Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who is also the chairman of the Northeastern Council, the 4-day-long extravaganza highlighted the tourist attractions, culture, cuisines, achievers, investment potential, enterprise, etc. of the region. Home Minister Amit Shah's welcome address, which was attended by Chief Ministers of all the 8 states, besides Donor Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh, top government officials, and thousands of viewers, stressed among other issues about how the region has become totally peaceful.
लंबे समय से चली आ रही बहुत सारी समस्याएं, जैसे बांग्लादेश लैंड बाउंड्री एग्रीमेंट, मणिपुर के ब्लॉकेड को समाप्त करना, ब्रू रियांग समझौता, बोडो समझौता, 8 उग्रवादी गुटों के लगभग 644 कैडर का और हजारों हथियारों का के साथ आत्मसमर्पण, ये बहुत बड़ी उपलब्धि नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार ने की है। वो तभी हो सकता है जब पूर्वोत्तर की समस्या को कोई समझेगा और उसका मन से निवारण करने का प्रयास करेगा। मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में शांति स्थापना के लिए बहुत सारे काम हुए। मैं आज देश के गृह मंत्री के नाते पूर्वोत्तर के सभी मुख्यमंत्रियों को और पूर्वोत्तर की जनता को कहना चाहता हूं, जो बचा कुचा है उसी को हम 2024 के पहले समाप्त कर देंगे। सबको साथ में रहकर पूर्वोत्तर के विकास के लिए हम आगे बढ़ेंगे।
Development works, restoration of historical monuments, easy loans, venture capital funds and other schemes to local entrepreneurs of the region and several financial interventions made by increasing budgetary allocations to the region have ensured speedy development, which is visible in all the states and were some of the highlights shown during the festival.
13वें वित्त आयोग जो कांग्रेस सरकार में रहा, उसके अपेक्षा 14वें वित्त आयोग ने पूर्वोत्तर के विकास में 251% की वृद्धि कर पूर्वोत्तर के विकास को गति देने का काम करा है। 250% वृद्धि हमने की है। आंकड़ों में बताऊं तो पहले 90,000 करोड़ मिलते थे। ये पंचवर्षीय योजना जो समाप्त हुई 14वीं, उसमें 3,13,375 करोड़ रुपया दिया है। लगभग 3 गुना रुपया भारत सरकार ने भेजा है। मित्रों, डोनर मंत्रालय के बजट की बात करें तो 14-15 की अपेक्षा 19-20 का बजट लगभग 65% बढ़ा है। डोनर मंत्रालय का बजट जो है वो 14वें वित्त आयोग से अलग से है और डोनर मंत्रालय ने भी छोटी छोटी चीजों को जो विकास के लिए खंड खंड जोड़ना जरूरी था, उसको जोड़ने का काम किया है। मित्रों, पिछले 5 वर्ष में एनईसी द्वारा लगभग 3519 करोड़ की लागत से 477 प्रकल्पों को मंजूरी दी गई है। इसमें ज्यादातर समाप्त हो गए हैं और अब हमने निर्णय लिया है कि एनईसी के बजट का 33% पिछड़े जिले, पिछड़े गांव, पिछड़े क्षेत्र और ऐसे समुदाय कि जो विकास से आज भी अछूते रह गए, उनके विकास के लिए रिजर्व किया है।
In the festival, each state was given space and time to highlight its various strengths. The Assam showcase, for instance, started with FBB Colors Femina Miss India 2019, Jyotismita Barua, taking people across various religious monuments, Kaziranga Sanctuary, tea gardens, majestic Brahmaputra river, etc. Songs and dances included both traditional and modern. The clip ended with Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal talking about the state's potentials.
Destination Northeast is indeed a big opportunity which will immensely benefit the tourism sector in the region. Over the last few decades, the tourism industry has become one of the most important engines for economic and sustainable growth, employment generation, poverty alleviation, and social harmony in the world. Tourism has emerged as a potent tool for bridging the communication and cultural gaps and for disseminating the values of tolerance and openness. From this perspective, the tourism industry received great emphasis within the vision and strategy of our government. The Northeastern region has immense potential for nature, adventure and cultural tourism. There are very strong prospects for religious tourism also.
Visuals from the beautiful state of Manipur were similarly first shown through the journeys of FBB Colors Femina Miss India Manipur 2019, who took viewers across the beautiful landscapes, Loktak Lake with Fundis, to cityscapes, Kangla Gate, Ima Market, and showcase sports and culture. Famed Pina player Manka and many well-known fashion designers including Robert Naurim made their presence felt. Like the set pattern, here Chief Minister N. Biren Singh ended the state's showcase with talking about sports and tourist attractions of the state.
Manipur's pride and glory is also its robust sporting tradition. Manipur was for long known for its tradition of polo. Today, its youth are also passionate about many forms of sports. Mountaineering, water sports have enthusiastic followers in the state. The scenic beauty of our district like Senapati, Tamenglong, Sandelt, and Soshanpur leaves every visitor to our state spellbound. Destinations like Juko Valley, Burning, Meadows, and the Shiroi Hills in Ukhrul attracts many nature-loving tourists from all over the world.
The other states of the Northeast too similarly laid out a virtual feast to every viewer's eyes, with showing some of their unparalleled picturesque natural scenic sights, highlighted the achievements of achievers in fields as varied as mountaineering to inspiring thousands to cultivate mushrooms, traditional culture, and so on. Viewers from across the country who took a virtual trip across the 8 states while sitting safe in their homes appreciated the government's move to organize a virtual festival, which they realized is the new normal and is the best that could be done to both focus on the region while maintaining Corona protocol.
I'm so glad and happy that our government have started a new normal thing, that is Destination of Northeast. I'm so glad that they have started through by online from 27th of September. And during this pandemic, people they can't go out, they can't visit to the festival and all. But still, our government have taken initiative to start from through by online. I have been participate in so many Northeast festival like as a model. I have took part in the past years. So this year it's something very different, very unique. I think that all our people are all over from India, not only from India, those who are outside of India, those who are foreigners, they can easily watch through by online our culture, our tradition, our food, our dance, everything.
That I have been participated in many Northeast festivals as a audience, and also I have participated in the stall as well. Now you will definitely see the festival online, and it is good that government is arranging to showcase this Northeast festival. But however, we are praying that this COVID pandemic ends soon and people are once again able to watch festivals by going to the venue as in the past. Also, central government has announced several packages and loans during this crisis. I have not applied it, but definitely I would, if given a chance, then definitely I would like to apply for this kind of loan and packages which government is arranging, so that it will be help for my small venture to run, and also it will help to sustain the business during this crisis time.
With the current COVID situation, we are not able to participate in any Northeast festival, and we've been going online. We hope in coming days, once the pandemic ends, we might be able to resume everything and visit venues as and when possible. We love to have the festival back again and see a lot of activities happening once again on the field.
Like in other parts of the country, schools outside containment zones reopened in several parts of Assam and other states of the Northeast on the 21st of September. Students attended classes strictly following Corona protocol, and teachers distributed undertaking forms to students to get permission from their parents for attending the classes. Though attendance was thin till the time of filing this report, students expressed joy with resumption of regular classes.
সরকারি সিদ্ধান্ত অনুযায়ী আজি 21 সেপ্টেম্বৰ আমি স্কুল কৰ্তৃপক্ষ স্কুল খুলিছোঁ। ল'ৰা ছোৱালীখিনিক ইতিমধ্যে ফোন যোগে আমি জনাই দিছিলোঁ। যদিও কিছু সংখ্যক ল'ৰা ছোৱালী আজি আহিল, 15-20 জনমান ল'ৰা ছোৱালী আহিছিল। তেওঁলোকে সম্পূৰ্ণ কোভিডৰ যিখিনি প্ৰট'কল সেইখিনি ফলো আপ কৰিবলৈ আমি নিৰ্দেশনা দিছোঁ, আৰু তেওঁলোকৰ হাতত আমি এখন এখনকৈ পত্ৰ তুলি দিছোঁ অভিভাৱকৰ স্বাক্ষৰৰ সৈতে, ল'ৰা ছোৱালীৰ স্বাক্ষৰৰ সৈতে ইয়াতে মানে অহাকালি জমা দিবলৈ অনুৰোধ কৰিছোঁ। আৰু কোভিড সংক্ৰান্তত আমি কেনেকুৱা অৱলম্বন কৰিব লাগে, আমি কেনেকুৱা সুৰক্ষা অৱলম্বন কৰিব লাগে, সেই যাৱতীয় তথ্য সহকাৰে আমি আমাৰ ষ্টাফ সহকাৰে আমি একেলগে বহি তেওঁলোকক এই বিষয়ে সুন্দৰকৈ বুজাই দিছোঁ।
এই কোভিডৰ কাৰণে ভয় লাগিছিলে, বাট এতিয়া নাই লগা, কাৰণ কেলৈ আমি ডিষ্টেঞ্চ মেইনটেইন কৰি ইমান ভালকৈ পঢ়িব পাৰিছোঁ, মাস্ক পিন্ধি পঢ়িব পাৰিছোঁ, আকৌ চেনিটাইজাৰ ইউজ কৰিছোঁ, সেইকাৰণে এতিয়া ইমান ভয় লগা নাই।
Sportspersons excelling in as many as 20 disciplines which were hitherto not eligible for central government jobs under the sports quota have been made eligible and can now apply for government jobs. This was informed by Union Minister of State for Youth Affairs and Sports, Kiran Rijiju, in a written reply in Lok Sabha. The 20 disciplines made eligible include baseball, bodybuilding, cycling polo, deaf sports, fencing, judo, malakhambh, motorsports, netball, para sports which are included in Para Olympics and Para Asian Games, pencak silat, shooting ball, roll ball, rugby, sepak takraw, soft tennis, 10-pin bowling, triathlon, tug of war and wushu. Over 1 lakh posts are lying vacant in the Central Armed Police Forces, which include BSF, CRPF, Assam Rifles, etc. This was informed in Rajya Sabha by Union Minister of State for Home Affairs, Nityanand Rai. Of these vacancies, BSF has the highest vacant posts with 28,926 vacancies, followed by CRPF with 25,506 vacancies, CISF with 23,906 vacancies, SSB with 18,643 vacancies, Assam Rifles with 7,328 vacancies, and ITBP with 5,784 vacancies. The Honorable Minister informed that the vacancies had arisen due to retirement, resignation and deaths of personnel, raising of new battalions and creation of new posts, etc., and that process of recruitment is on. Youth of the Northeast would do well to look up websites of the armed forces and apply. Friends, we'll go in for a very short break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you in a few seconds' time. First World, a complete monthly magazine of the Northeast, read by who's who of the land, packaging news and current affairs, sports, culture, festivals, achievers, life in Metro and lots more. Buy the magazine today from stalls across the Northeast and New Delhi at ₹50 per copy, or subscribe for 12 issues by paying ₹550 online. For details, contact 98101 29327. The ruling Mizo National Front of Mizoram has extended support to the central government on the agriculture bills and also demanded for an Ayurveda institute in the state. We bring you an interview with MP K. Vanlal Vena. The ruling Mizo National Front or MNF in Mizoram, which is an ally of the NDA at the centre, has extended support to the new agriculture bills, which has led to much dissension and protests in the parliament. Mizoram's Rajya Sabha MP K. Vanlal Vena, who is a National Core Committee member of MNF party, told Youth Folio in an exclusive interview that the agriculture bills passed in the parliament is similar to the existing agriculture policy in Mizoram, and hence the MNF party is sure that farmers would benefit from the move.
We support this farmer bill because this bill gives the farmers to sell their products to the traders, the vendors directly, not through the middle person. It is very, very important for the farmers. This is, we are already implementing in our state. In our state, all the farmers have already have freedom to sell wherever they want. The price and the rate depends upon the vendor, the trader, and the farmer.
Recently, truck drivers carrying essential goods to Mizoram from other states observed strike and refused to enter the state, leading to huge queues outside the border. The drivers accused the Mizoram administration of inhuman behavior and corruption in the name of corona tests, for which they had to pay ₹100 each, they said, and also that they were not permitted to get out of their trucks even to answer nature's call or eat once inside Mizoram. We asked Mr. Vanlal Vena to answer this charge.
Any driver, they may be non-Mizo, they may be Mizo driver, coming from outside the state, entering Mizoram, has to be tested, whether they positive or not, is number one. There is no distinction. Even the Assam Rifle personnel, even the BSF, CRP, even the army personnel, Mizo, there are so many Mizo army, Mizo boys who are, some are Assam regiment, some are Assam Rifle. So wherever they come to Mizoram from outside the state, they have also passed through the test. So like in the same way, in the same manner, the driver, handyman from outside who are entering Mizoram, maybe Mizo driver or maybe non-Mizo driver, they have to pass through COVID-19 tests at the Vairengte village, at the check gate of Vairengte village.
In the recent monsoon session of the parliament, Mr. Vanlal Vena has drawn attention of the House to the huge forest resource of Mizoram and requested that an institute on research and training in Ayurveda be set up.
I ask the Union government and the Honorable Minister
Thank you.
to establish the institution for research and teaching institution to establish in Mizoram.
I asked at that time the 2 points, the 2 things to the chairman, union government and the concerned minister. Number 1, to establish an institution of research and training in Ayurveda in Mizoram. And the second thing is that I asked the government, the minister, to establish micro or small industry for the production of medicine from medicinal plants.
Mr. Vanlal Vena is a first-time MP. He says he is wonderstruck with the experience in Parliament. Friends, we had many more stories in queue but have unfortunately reached wrap-up time now. Check out the names of our 3 contest winners of this week who have won mobile recharges of Rs 500 each from us. For our contest section, we had asked you to name the governors of Manipur, Nagaland, Mizoram and Sikkim. The correct answer is, the name of governor of Manipur is Dr. Najma Heptullah, the governor of Nagaland is Shri R.N. Ravi, governor of Mizoram is Shri P.S. Sridharan Pillai, and the governor of Sikkim is Shri Ganga Prasad. The winners of this episode are Melina Hawkip from Imphal, Manipur, Imo Zenla Jamir from Dimapur, Nagaland, and Jugan Basumatari from Guwahati, Assam. Good job done there, winners. And viewers who have not won till now, don't lose hope. We give out 3 prizes every week. So keep watching Youth Folio only on DD Assam at 7:30 p.m. every Saturday. You could also check our earlier episodes on YouTube, and please also subscribe to our Vision channel on YouTube. The question this week, which can win 3 of you mobile recharges of Rs 500 each, is: how many members of Parliament come from Mizoram? Name them. By the way, we interviewed 1 such member of Parliament from Mizoram today. Rush your entries to youth_folio@yahoo.com or SMS or WhatsApp to 98101 29327. See you all next Saturday. Until then, goodbye and take very good care of yourselves.